That's it. I think we are okay. Okay, that's, yeah, now I see the volume better. Okay, guys, same thing as the other day. Let me actually move this so it doesn't bother so much. I also want to make sure that I don't break the screen. Okay, so let's start with the salute. Ready, feet wide apart like this. Okay, ready? Hey, that's it. Good. Now, today we're actually going to start. I said that we were going to be doing the double, but before we were going to do the double, I want to incorporate in the head movement, I want to incorporate something that we will use in the future as part of our warm up. And it's the star. Well, the star. We call it the star, but it's more than just a star. Now, have you ever heard that concept of the star in Kempo and Kaju Kempo? Ever? No? So those are the basic movements. Basically, the directions in which you can move. You also have it in Filipino martial arts. You have probably have seen people taping the floor, putting the sticks to kind of like guide themselves. So let's say that I'm looking the camera right there, kind of the same as I'm looking at you. So I can move straight to the front, right? I can move straight to the front with the other one. I can move 45 degrees to the right. I can move 45 degrees with the left. I can move straight sideways. I can move straight sideways to the other side. I can move 45 degrees to the back. I can move 45 degrees to the other side, back. I can move straight backwards. I can move straight back to the other side. Those are pretty simple moves. And obviously then you can combine. You can do 45 and 45. You can do 45 and straight backwards. But basically in the beginning, it's just so you have an idea that of basic angles in terms of movement. Um, this is so important for Kajukempo, also from Kempo, but in Kajukempo it's so important that it has been actually incorporated into the logo. I'm going to show you 1 second. I'm going to show you first to the camera right here, and then for you guys right there, I'm going to make sure that you can see. I want to get a little bit closer. So if you see this the golden octagon, the golden octagon right there, okay? Is described within the logo because those are the directions in which you can move, right? What did I discuss? Straight to the front, 45 degrees, side, side. And if you put all of them at the end, you form an octagon. So again, it's the golden rule because it's the way for you to move, to escape, right? Now, you can do it in the beginning, like I did, just to review the angles, but ideally you're gonna start doing it with your guard. And why is this so important? Again, because this is going to be your way to escape. For example, let's say that a punch is coming this way. I can go sideways. Let's say that I want to go deeper, so I can go 45 degrees and reject and punch, right? Let's say that a person is getting too deep. I can move straight backwards and I can defend, etc. So again, it's not only movement per se, it's the meaning behind those moves. And in this case, the meaning is the way that I'm going to escape. So the first thing that we're going to do is separate again, neutral position. We're going to choose a regular neutral guard. And then from there, we're going to go 45 degrees towards the front. In this case, I'm coming this way. Now, I can twist, and this is actually useful for when I want to counter, or I can twist in the opposite direction once I finish. In the beginning, I'm not going to make that distinction. I'm just going to move 45 degrees and that's it. So we get used to that movement. Got it? And I'm going to go back to my neutral position. I'm going to repeat the same but 45 degrees to the other side, to, in this case, my left, your left, 45 degrees, and go back. That's it. Now I'm going to go straight to the front, and go back, straight to the front again with the other foot, and go back. Now look at what happened when it goes sideways. Sideways, I just uh, open my stance a little bit and twist and go back to the other side. I twist and go back. As you see, I'm twisting because again, the meaning is for me to escape. I can escape and counter. I can escape and move out of the way, but the meaning keeps saying escaping. Got it? So now, 45 degrees to my left. Okay? And backwards. Good. Now, 45 degrees backwards, but now to the right and back. And now straight back and back. And now straight back with the right foot and back. Very simple, right? So now to not complicate anything beyond that, all we're gonna do is the moment that I move towards one side with that foot and that hand, I'm going to parry. Same hand, same foot, which means I'm gonna start with again my 45 degrees to the back. This is what I'm gonna do. Parry and 45 degrees. That's it. And go back. Now 45 degrees to my left. Parry and go back. Good. Now I'm gonna go straight to the front. Same thing. When I move with my right foot, right hand, look at my face is moving out of the way. That's good. Center. Same with the left hand. Move your head out of the way and go back. That's it. Now straight to the other side. Defend. That's it. And go back. Sideways to the other side. Straight. That's it. And go back. Now I'm gonna go 45 degrees to my left. When I do that, this is what I'm gonna do. Moving out of the way. That's it. Why? Same hand and same foot. And go back. That's it. Now with the other one. Same hand, same foot. Redirecting. That's it. And go back. Now to the outside, to straight to the back. In this case, move my foot back and I redirect with the left hand. Good. Center. Now, same, but now with the right foot and right hand. Straight back, move your head, and go back. So what am I looking here? Moving and starting to coordinate uh, footwork with parrying. And I'm assuming that I'm parrying a punch from the outside. Got it? That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this, even if I go to the front. That's why I'm going this way. I'm parrying a punch that is coming straight at me, and I'm doing it from the outside. Can I do to the inside? Yes, if a punch is coming this way, from the other hand, I can actually do this from the inside. But right now, we're just thinking about parrying from the outside. Got it? Now, since this is a basics in coordination, we're actually going to start doing this. 1 and 2 coming underneath. So it's going to be 1 redirects and the other one comes underneath. That's it. And go back. So kind of like a scissor move, right? 1 redirects and the other one continue the redirection. I'm going to get closer so you guys can see it. Look, 1, 2. That's it. Got it? 1, 2. That's it. I'm going to repeat. 1, 2. 1, same hand as before, same hand, same foot. If you move with your right foot, you move your right hand, and then the other hand comes underneath and parries with the other one. And continues redirecting with the other one. So again, if you move with your, let's say no foot yet. Let's do this. Right hand first, left hand after. That's it. Let's say that I start with my left. Left hand first, right hand after. I'm going to repeat again, starting with the right. Right hand, left hand. Okay, now left hand, right hand. That's it. Now, let's incorporate the same to our exercise of the footwork, right? In this case, I'm going to go 45 degrees towards the front. I'm going to start from my neutral position, from my guard, and I'm going to go 1, 2. That's it. And go back. Good. Now I'm gonna go 45 degrees to the left, which means I have to move my left hand first and the right hand after. So it's gonna be 1, 2, and go back. Okay, now straight to the front. If I step with my right foot, right hand. 1, move your head out of the way. 2, that's it. And center. Now I'm going to continue with the left foot. 1 and 2. That's it. And go back to position. Good. Let's go straight to the side. Sideways, 1 and 2. That's it. Now we're going to go to the other side. One side, left and right hand. Good. And center. Now 45 degrees to the back, to my left, which means that if I move my left foot first, the left hand goes first. 1 and 2. And go back. Now I'm going to do the same but with my right foot. 1 and 2. And go back. Good. Now straight to the back, it's going to be left foot first, left hand first. 1, 2. And go back. And now straight to the back with my right hand and my right foot. 1, 2. And go back. Nice. Let's actually repeat one more time so we sync that knowledge uh, and it's easier for us to remember. Same width, hand, same foot. So that's the first thing. I'm going to do it super slow again. 45 degrees to our right. 1, move your head out of the way. 2, move your hand so you can continue redirecting. And go back. Good. 45 degrees to our left. 1 and 2. That's it. And go back. Straight up to the front. Right hand and right foot first. 1, move your head out of the way. 2, that's very important. And go back. Now, left hand and left foot first. 1, head out of the way. 2, that's it. And go back. Now, let's continue with straight to our right. One hand, and then the other hand. That's better. In this case, right foot first, right hand first. Don't be confused with the mirror image. Right hand, right foot. That's it. Okay, 1, 2. And center. Now to our left. So left hand first and right hand after that. That's it. And go back. Good. Now let's go 45 degrees towards the back with our left. Left hand first, right hand after. That's it. And go back to your neutral position. Now 45 degrees towards the back, but now towards the right. Right hand first, left hand after. Good. And back to the position. Good. Now straight back with our left. Left hand first, right hand after, and go back. Let's repeat that one again. Straight. Left hand and right after. Move your head out of the way. That's it. And go back. And now straight back with our right foot first and right hand. Look, move your head out of the way. Right hand after and left hand after. That's it. And back to position. So now we have done the basic moves. Straight 45, straight, 45, 45, side, 45 degrees to the back, 45 degrees to the other side back, and straight back with the other foot. Now, obviously, defending a jab with a 1, 2 is not the best idea. Why? Because obviously the other hand comes right away. So it's very difficult for you to parry and use the other hand unless that you do it in one bit, right? Unless that you do one. But then again, it's still like, what are you going to do if another one is coming? But I still use this because it's a good coordination exercise for what we are going to practice right now. So before we even do that, remember our shield. Let's review the shield. If we are going with our right hand, single shield, top and side of our head. top and back of our head, and then clip to your face, 45 degrees. You still have to be able to see me. If you don't see me, if you don't see my legs, you are screwed. Look at my body. You have to be able to still see the other person's leg. So always try to look at that you don't cut your sight. Got it? So now, with the other hand, with our left, same thing. Put your hand on the top and back of your head, and then here you cross and even twist a little bit with your body so you're not going straight. The reason being, again, even if I go like this, I still am open to another punch from that side. So I don't want that, so I twist a little bit. Good. Now that we know that, we're going to get that exercise that we did. The first one is going to be a parry, and the second one is going to be a shield. So do it with me, super slow. Let's start with our right 45 degrees towards the front. So I'm in my neutral position, and it's going to be 1, redirecting, 2, blocking. That's it. That's how I'm defending myself against a jab and a cross. And I'm moving at the same time. Good. Go back to position. Now 45 degrees with the other one. One redirects, the other one blocks. That's your shield. That's nice. And back to position. Let's try the same, but straight to the front. Look, move your head away. That's why I said before, move your head away. And your guard, your shield. That's it. Back to position. Straight with the other hand and the other foot. Left hand and shield. And go back to position. Now, same straight to the side. 1 and 2. That's it. And back to position. Same straight to the other side. 1 and 2. That's it. And go back to position. 45 degrees towards our left and back. 1 and 2. And back to position. Good. 45 degrees towards the other side. 1 and 2. Good. And go back to position. Good. Straight back, starting with our left foot. Move your head out of the way and protect with your shield. And back to position. That's good. Same with the other one. 1, move your head out of the way. Move your head out of the way. That's it. And 2. Good. Don't go straight. This might not be enough, because if a person goes deeper or jumps towards you, you're still in the trajectory of that punch. So you really want to move out of the way. So even if you are going straight, move your head out of the way. 1 and 2. That's it. So let's repeat one more time with our parrying plus shield. 45 degrees towards the front. 1, 2. That's it. Good. Now, same on the other side. 1, 2. Good. Go back to the same position. Right, straight to the front. 1, 2. Pay attention that at the end, when I do the shield, I twist a little bit, just in case. Good. Straight to the front with our left. 1, 2. And go back. Now, straight to the side. 1, 2. That's it. And back. Straight to the left. 1, 2. And back. 45 degrees now to the left and back. 1, 2. That's it. And back. And one more time to the other side. 45 degrees, block, and shield. And back. Straight to the back, starting with our left foot. 1, 2. Make sure that your head moves to the side. That's it. And back. And now straight back to the right. 1, 2. That's it. And go back. And that's it. Let me actually admit, I think is Shangye. Yes. So that is a nice way to combine our parrying with our shield while doing that simple exercise and while learning those basic movements. Let's actually go back. Remember that we were doing 1 and 2. It's like redirecting 1 with the hand, Continue the redirection with the other one. Now we're going to add a third beat, and it's the first hand. So we're going to be alternating hands. One hand, the other hand, the other hand. So it's going to be redirect, redirect, and push. And that's how we're going to do it. Got it? So I'm going to repeat again. It's going to be redirect with one hand, redirect with the other one, and push. So that's the summary of what we're going to be doing of all these exercises. Got it? So we're going to start with our neutral position, neutral guard, and we're going to go 45 degrees, and we're going to go 1, 2, as we did before, and then 3. Checking. No need to step anymore. It's just that little step that you did in the beginning, and then just check. That's it. Why? Because I'm assuming that the person is, look at this distance, enough for the person to punch me, right? So if the person is at this distance, if I move 45 degrees, now I have enough space to close the gap, meaning push the arm against his body. That's going to be my goal. I can also punch. So I don't need to step again. It would be just this, 1, 2, and 3. That's it. Got it? So I'm going to repeat facing you. Let's start again with right foot and 45 degrees towards the front. Hi, Shanye. How are you, sir? Good. So 1, 2, and check. Look that I'm twisting at the end. I want to generate that power and that push against the body. That's it. And go back to position. Now 45 degrees towards the other side. 1, 2, and 3. And go back to position. Now straight to the front. Right foot goes first. Move your head out of the way. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Make sure that you really push and go back to position with the other hand. With the other hand now, left foot forward. 1, 2, 3. Make sure that you really push. That's it. Go back to position. Now let's go 45. Pardon. Sorry. Right foot straight to the side. Okay. In this case, I'm going to prioritize my right hand, and I'm going to do the second hand to cover myself, or to redirect, to continue the redirection, and the third one is going to be the pushing. Now watch out for one little difference and see if you can spot this on. Again, 1, 2, 3. In this case, I'm pushing a little bit farther because I'm assuming that the person now is farther. Got it? So again, 1, 2, 3. Sideways, okay? Now to the other side. Left foot first. 1, 2, 3. That's it. I'm going to repeat sideways on the right again. Look, 1, 2, moving away. 1, 2, 3. That's much better. Center with the other side. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Good. Now 45 degrees towards our back and left. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Now center. 45 degrees and back towards our right. 1, 2, and 3. Look at that little twist at the end. And go back. Good. Straight back with our left. 1, 2, and 3. And go back. Straight back with our right hand and right foot first. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Don't neglect your head movement. Move your head when we're going straight back or straight front, right? Don't just move your head towards the front. Got it? Now let's repeat that one more time. It's going to be 45 degrees, and we're going to go 1, 2, and check. That's it. Now center. 45 degrees towards left. 1, 2, and 3. And go back. Straight to the front. Keep your head out of the trajectory, so move your head away. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Go back to the front. 1, 2, 3. And go back. Sideways. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And go back. The other side, the left. 1, 2, 3, and go back. Now 45 degrees towards our back and left. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And go back. 45 degrees towards our right and back. 1, 2, and 3. And go back. Straight to the back. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, back. And one more time. Now straight back with our right hand and right foot. 1, 2, and 3. And go back. As I said before, the usefulness of this is not necessarily the 1, 2 with this hand. It's what this is preparing you for. And again, if you want, as I like to do, we can use our shield on the second beat. So one is going to be parrying, second one is going to be your shield to protect yourself, and third is going to be checked hand. Why? Look at it. I punch you, you parry the first one. I punch you with the other one, you block with the shield. And before I attempt the third punch, you block me by checking my hand. So I'm going to repeat. You parry the first one, you block the second one, and when I'm about to punch you the third one, you close that one. So that is the idea. So let's do that exercise. Again, neutral position, guard, 45 degrees towards the front. 1, 2, check. That's it. Why? One hand, the other hand, the other hand. It's alternating hands. I'm going to repeat 45 degrees towards the front and right. 1, 2, check. Twist a little bit towards your left. That's it. And go back to position. 45 degrees towards the other side. 1, 2, 3. Good. And go back. Straight to the front. Don't neglect your head. Remember, head out of the way. 1, 2, check. Go back to position. Same, straight, but now with the left. 1, 2, 3. And go back. Straight to the right. Yes, right first. 1, 2, and check. I'm going to repeat super slow. I'm sorry. I went a little bit faster. Look at me. First, I'm prioritizing, I'm prioritizing the punch. So 1, move out of the way. Second one, I block with the shield. Third one, I check. That's it. And go back. Same, but to the left. 1, 2, and check. That's it. 45 degrees towards the back. 1, 2, and check. I'm going to repeat one more time. Super slow. 45 degrees towards the back and left. Left foot first. Second is going to be the parrying, the shield. And then third one, checking. Go back. 45 degrees towards the other side. 1, 2, and check. Good. Straight back. Now, I'm going to use my left foot and my left hand. Move your head out of the way. 1, 2, and check. Good. Right hand, right foot first. 1, 2, and check. And go back. So anyway, this is how can I put it? This is an easier way to deal with 3 different punches, 2 or 3 different punches, rather than doing 1, 2, and 3. Traditionally, we would practice like this: 1, 2, and 3 against a simple punch. But as you probably have noticed, it's very difficult to find someone who just punches like that and stays like that, right? It's minimum is going to be a jab and a cross. So I prefer you guys to be ready for that. And I think that this is an easier way to deal with that and to protect yourself. So the first is same exercise, kind of same coordination, because you're doing one hand, the other hand, and the other hand, but a different approach, but not so much different, right? It's going to be one hand parrying, the other one protecting our face, and the third one checking. But that way, it's easier for you to defend against the 3 punches, right? Now, we have reviewed the basic movements that we discussed. In this case, you could call it the star, because it's kind of like you can also describe a star. As you saw it before in the logo, it represents also the octagon because it's, if you put all the points together where you move towards, you will form that shape, right? The important thing is that you remember that is you can go straight to the front, 45 degrees, 45 degrees to the other side, left and right, 45 degrees towards your left and back, 45 degrees and right and back, and straight back with the other leg. As long as you remember that, you're good to go. Now, again, as I said before, you can even digest that a little bit more, which we will do in the future. But as probably you have seen me doing this, right? Or this. Those are two different things. As I said before, I can go 45 degrees here to skate, or I can go 45 degrees here and go sideways. I can go 45 degrees and punch, in which I'm actually doing the opposite and I'm elevating the other foot. All of that will vary with what you are going to do next. Got it? So if your plan is just, for example, escaping right away, if you're in this position, there's no need for you to come back. You already are committed with moving out of the punch, for example, right? If you're committed to countering right away, you better just come from this position and punch right away. Got it? But again, we will explain that later. I just wanted you guys to have a little concept of what we can see in the future. We started with our regular parrying and shield, single shield. And in this case, what we were doing is just incorporating that into the footwork. Now we're going to go back to our double shield, excuse me, and we're going to see what we can do with them. As I said before, powering and shields are requirements, at least for our yellow belt, right? It's something that I require for our yellow belt. Why? Because the minimum is, I'm going to explain briefly what our yellow belt consists of. It's very simple. For me, is yellow and orange belt are striking part of the system, which is the basic things of what you are going to do encountering a fight. The first is long range, learning how to defend yourself against kicking, to mid range against a punch, right? That's for me yellow belt. For me, orange belt will be if that fails and you get closer, how to deal against elbows, headbutts, and knees, and also learning how to elbowing, how to headbutting someone and kneeing someone. Got it? So again, you have our first two levels are all about striking, and then the yellow belt is long to mid range, meaning kicking and punching. So yes, we will dedicate, as I said before, different lessons on how to kick and how to punch properly. But let's assume that we know how to throw a jab and a cross, and that's what we're going to do. The second part of that, and that's what I actually teach first, is how to defend yourself against those very same punches. In this case, I said that parrying is one option, and it's very useful. But again, it requires more skills from you. Like you have to be quick. I actually prefer to put more emphasis in shielding and in head movement. But that doesn't mean that parrying is not useful. It's extremely useful. It's just more difficult for you to do it efficiently, especially if you're not wearing any gloves. If you're wearing gloves and then you punch yourself, you might not notice that much. But if you're not wearing gloves and you hit, for example, your eye or you cut yourself, which is something that happens a lot, it's going to be more difficult for you to continue to fight. So that's just a reality that I wanted to put out there. There's a difference between fighting with gloves and no gloves. So once we know that, shields, we have the basic simple shield that we were doing the other day, single shield, and now we have the double shield. Again, it comes from the single shield, and we just put this on top. I want to make sure that I'm going to get closer to you so you can see it. Same thing. Look at my eyes. I can still see you. That's very important. Now, this is just because it covers a much wider range. Now, on show of hands, not problems, what what disadvantage do you see from shielding? And that's something that I want to address immediately. Any shields, what disadvantage do you see? What? You can use your hands. That's one possible disadvantage. But remember that you're protecting yourself, so it's not different than parrying and not being able to use your hands right away. But it's true that it's easier for you to parry and punch than it is blocking and punching because it takes longer. Not quite what I was looking for, but that is a good answer. Now, what sight is the main problem. That's why I always emphasize careful with that. Yes, you will be able to block kicks and punches. I want to give you one little hint, okay? You cannot block all the punches by using the shield. There's something that will be extremely complicated. That is correct. You could technically do this, boom, which is something that we have incorporated, and even doing this, but it's more difficult for you to see. If I'm doing this, if you're blocking here, to see this coming. What? There we go. That's what I was looking for. Now, yes. So, so that is correct. Yes. Yeah. Perfect. So the first thing that infer from that, as part of our yellow belt, I also require blocks on the body. And again, they all come from the basic shield. Changye, you know this. We have our blocks on the body and then blocking on the side. Now, careful with being cocky with just doing this and saying, hey, awesome, for one reason. If I see that, not me personally, but let's say myself, 20-year-old, when I was doing still Thai boxing, and I kick that, and I notice that you're just blocking with your body, I will take advantage to just kick the same thing. Why? Your shin, especially if you have conditioned shins, are going to be way thicker than your arms. And you might take 2 or 3 blows, hard blows, with someone who has some training. After that, it's going to hurt a lot. So you really have to emphasize movement beyond just blocking. As Belinis was pointing out, this is perfect for close range. And it's probably, I'm biased to that, probably for me it's my favorite. Blocking with the shields is much better than any other thing because it's quicker, it's easier, it's raw, and it's very useful. When you're in long range, you're in a different scenario. So before we even move towards our double shield, for you guys, you need to understand the limitations of that because I don't want you to think, oh, this is a solution for everything. As I said before, yes, technically you could do this, but in my experience, I have kicked someone, well, not right now, but as I said, when I had my shin conditions, I could kick someone and not feel it that much. And I noticed that after a while, the person could not maintain a proper guard because your hands are tired. You can even break someone's arm just by kicking hard. So that's not a good solution for everything. So again, before we do anything, prioritize the movement, not being there. That's why you see in MMA that they move out of the way, they engage, and sometimes they disengage. There's a reason for that. Exchanging blows is not a smart way to deal with problems. Okay. Now, once we do with that, we're in close range. We're single shield and double shield. The other thing that you have to watch out, which is what Shangye was pointing out, is the uppercut. Because it's very difficult if your shield is not properly done to put one hand up. So one common mistake that I've seen a lot, this. This is too open. Once you're here, you close, you do, whoop, excuse me, because I'm actually taking my own microphone from my ear. You have to make sure that you have this tight and that you don't leave that gap for someone to take it. Because if I see that, I can just put that hand on an uppercut and I can try to hit for something else. So again, here, and tight. That's it. You see, not too much open. And another thing, you have the capacity to move sideways, which is what we're going to see. Although I have taught this, I prefer not to for one reason. I'm very aware of takedowns, and I don't like to have my hands here because I know that someone who is this close, when the person grabs you, it's very difficult to get away with that. And there's nothing else that you can do that is as efficient. You cannot use your elbows anymore that is as efficient as it is when you have the proper range. So to avoid that, always go from quick from there to your regular position, just in case you have to block, do an anti takedown. Okay, so once we know that, again, single shield, double shield, And this is what we're going to do. Look, 1 and 2. That's it, right? Simple. Very simple. Neutral position, not even a guard. Look, 1 and 2. That's it. What am I defending? Look, right hand. In this case, imagine that you're punching me against my right elbow. Boom. Now, left hand against my left elbow. Boom. That's what I'm doing. 1, 2. I want to hurt both of your arms. 1, 2 is equivalent of 1, 2. That's what I'm looking for. Got it? One more time. 1, 2. And go back quickly. Again, I like these drills because it shows you how to go back to your guard. Again, 1, 2, and neutral position. Beautiful. One more time. 1, 2, and go back. One more time. 1, 2, and go back. One more time. 1, 2, and go back. Now the opposite. So be careful. Now we're starting with our left. Let's do it super slow. 1, 2, and go back. Remember this plus this. 1, 2, and go back. One more time. 1, 2, and go back. One more time. 1, 2, and go back. And the last one. 1, 2, and go back. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to remove my microphone because it's the only thing that I can use for the uh, recording the audio. Now, sometimes you can use that as a distraction, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to incorporate, remember our hammer fist towards our bicep, right? So if you have the luxury of getting closer to someone, you can use your elbow. You can actually start 1, 2, and then boom, use your elbow against the person's body, against the person's arm. But let's say that you're confronting a boxer, 1, 2, and he's moving, right? The only thing that that boxer or skillful puncher is offering you is his arms. Why? Because he has to offer an arm because he wants to punch you. So he cannot just remove his hand and then magically go to your face. So that's an advantage you can take off. Now, neutral position, we're going to start with the same idea of 1 double, 2, and look what I'm going to do. Blocking here, checking, and striking. I'm going to repeat super slow. Look, here, right hand, double shield, right? Now I'm going to twist towards my left. Okay? Now I'm twisting towards my right. And look what I'm going to do. Changing, and I'm going to form another shield with my left hand. And then from there, striking. Let's break it down. Let's actually break it down. This is what we're going to do. Footwork wise. Left, right, left. So it's going to be left, right, and left. Look at the heels too. Left, right, and left. So you're more solid, right? So from that position, look at what I'm going to do. Shield, double shield. Okay, so look, 1 towards your left, 2 towards your right. Your right. That's it. And look, before you do anything else, look at what you're going to do. You're going to switch your left hand. You're going to form a shield. Don't move yet. Just move your hand. And now you're forming a shield with your left hand. And now you're going to twist towards your left and you're going to hit a hammer. That's it. So I'm going to repeat closer again. So it's going to be single shield, double shield, twist towards your left. Now twist towards your right. Once you're on your right, since you're offering too much of your face, you're going to remove and you're going to move with your left hand. Left hand now forms a shield. And now twist towards your left and then strike with your right. That's it. Now, look at me before you do anything else. So maybe it's easier for you to see it, okay? Maybe it's easier for you to see it outside. That's what I mean. In this case, I'm going to form a shield, right? Double shield. So now I'm protected. So what do? I twist towards my left. Now I twist towards my right. Now I'm taking care of that hand too, right? But now I'm exposed to this hand that maybe I was not quick enough. So look at what I do. I block it with the other hand. Now my left is forming a shield, and now I strike. So I'm going to do it again, super slow. One, double shield towards your left. Your left. That's it. Two, twist towards your right. If you see me, look at my face. My left cheek is exposed. My left side now is exposed. What do? I just quickly move my hand. My left hand now is forming a shield. Since I have my left side now protected, I can switch now towards my left and strike. That is it. Beautiful. Let's incorporate it one more time again. Double shield towards your left, twist towards your right, quickly move your left hand quickly like this. That's it. And then twist towards your left and strike at the same time. Good. So one more time. One towards your left, one towards your right. Your left hand is exposed. You switch your left hand and now you form a shield with your left hand and switch and strike. That is it. Got it? So we are okay in time, but I wanted to make sure that we have enough time for us to see the head movements. But before we even do that, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to incorporate a kick. Now, what kick do you think we can use if we're doing this twist? Roundhouse. Yes, lady. That was correct, Claudette. That was correct. So again, it's gonna be, I'm gonna show you. Same thing. One towards our left, two towards our right. Switching, that's very important. Switching hammer fist, left, and then I can even go to the front if I wanted to. Again, I'm gonna show you from the distance so you can see it. Neutral position. I'm gonna form my shield, my double shield. Twisting towards your left, twisting towards your right, switching your left hand and now doing a left hand shield. Now twisting towards your left and then striking and kicking and back to your position. That's it. I'm going to show you one more time. Again, shield, double shield, twist towards your left, twist towards your right, switching your left hand and switch towards your left and strike and kick. That's it. Now repeat with me, super slow. Double shield and twist towards your left. Now twist towards your right. Now switch your left hand and then form a shield with your left hand. That's it. From that position, you're going to twist towards the left and strike hammer. And now strike with a kick, and that's it. Now, the switching part. Let me show you. So maybe it's a little bit easier. Once you're here, it's easier for you to see. Double shield, double shield. But look at what happened with my left side. Now it's exposed. What do? Easier. My hand goes straight. That's it. That's all I need. And then I strike. That's it. So I don't need to slide. I can literally from this position just go straight so you can block. That's it. Okay? Ready? One more time. Ready. Double shield left. Twist towards your right. Now change the left hand. Do a shield. Twist towards your left and strike with a hammer and kick roundhouse. Good. Last one. One more time. Double shield towards your left. Twist towards your right. Change shield. Twist and strike and kick and back to position. That is it. So that is a way of you dealing with double shield and switching to a single shield on the other side. Again, imagine that for whatever reason you didn't take care of the first hand properly and another punch comes your way, you can change from this position quickly to this so you are covered at least, and you can take advantage of that to strike the other person's arm. Got it? Now, let's Kajukembo iced this technique. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to add a different point. Since we're practicing hammers, and again, keep in mind, we're not actually getting into details on how to do any of these how to perform any of these strikes. We will dedicate lessons to that. The idea is for you to strike from this position to um, another target. In this case, we're going to look at the side of the face, preferable your chin. From this position, boom, striking. Just this, 1, 2, that's it. So it's all about the hip work. So you're here, and then you switch, striking. So where do you strike? This is something that I have problems with. Careful with this, meaning you're leaving behind. You strike the same way as you strike anything, everything together. 1, 2. Got it? So it's not and then go. It's also not this. Got it? It's 1, 2. That's it. So let's actually incorporate that to our technique, what we just did. Look at it. Double shield towards your left. Twist towards your right. Switch hands and form a shield with your left hand. Switch towards your left and strike with a hammer. You kick and then you strike with your hammer towards the face. That's it. So let's repeat one more time. Double shield towards your left. Switch towards your right. Switch and form a hammer with shield with your left. Change to your left and strike. Kick and hammer with the other one. That's it. Good. Now, since we already know what we're doing, let's actually make sure that once we twist, we do everything at once. Kick. Remember, for that, you twist first, and then you strike by striking at the same time. Super slow so we can get the proper coordination. Again, double shield towards your left. Twist towards your right. Switch your hand, and now when you twist, you strike and kick, and now you can strike hammer back. That's it. One more time. Remember, what is your target? In this case, for the kick, ideally the ball's kicking up like this. It's going to be actually with the ball of your foot, but since I don't want to make that distinction yet, we're not going to look into that. It's okay that you kick with the top of your foot. One more time. Double shield towards your left. Twist towards your right. Now change your hand, form a shield, and switch, strike, and hammer. That's it. One more time. This is going to be the last one. Double shield towards your left. Twist towards your right. Switch your hand, shield, twist, hammer, kick, and then strike. That's it. So again, what you have done is striking, kicking, and striking with the hammer right after. Got it? So this is a good way for you to coordinate. What are we doing? Learning how to coordinate hands and feet. Yes, we will spend a lot of time explaining the difference between long range and mid range and the ideal case scenarios. For example, if I can kick, if I have kicking distance, it's very difficult for me to punch unless that I lean forward. So kicking distance and punching distance should not be the same, but there are exceptions. For example, if I'm kicking a roundhouse, but I'm using the ball of your foot, the ball of my foot, I can extend pretty much at the same time. That's the reason. The second thing is with the kick, I can go deeper, right? I can go through because I'm kicking, in this case, the balls, right? So I can go a little bit deeper. So if I kick with the top or if I kick with machine, it's not going to matter because I'm aiming for the balls, right? Anyway, now, second part of the class, I wanted to pay attention to the other important things. All we have learned so far are the skills required for you to defend yourself against a punch, right? Remember, what do we have? The first thing, parry. The second thing, shields. We have single shield, double shield, and then I incorporate the movement, meaning the 45 degrees, the sideways. All of that is for you to escape because I prefer to spend more time at learning how to defend myself against punches and kicks than actually punching and kicking. Punching and kicking is great, but learning how to defend yourself is also, if not more useful. Got it? Now, head movements, we're going to make it super easy. Basically, not to be there, right? So if the trajectory of a punch, jump and cross is a straight line, well, I just have to move out of that straight line, right? Meaning side and side. Now, there's also couple of things that we can incorporate. But basically, that would be it, except that, as I said in a prior class, and today we're going to speak a little bit longer about that, I cannot just remain in the same line. Meaning, if a punch is coming this way and I just move sideways and I attempt to do this, I'm still too close. So it's better to move either farther away, even if you're moving sideways. If you look from the side, this is how it would look like. First, I move out of the way. Second one, I move slightly backwards. It's a little bit better to escape a punch doing 1 and 2 farther away than just remain doing that. But the way that I like to explain is very simple. We're in neutral position. This is the way that we can start training. Neutral position. I'm going to go guard, and this is what I'm going to do. 1, 2, moving the head towards the front. Look at that, I'm not doing this. I'm looking at the person, right? Here, backwards, okay? Center and neutral position. Got it? So it's going to be sideways, center, frontwards, backwards, and center again, neutral position. Got it? Let's differentiate center then neutral. Neutral is like I'm completely center. I'm not moving in any direction. Center on one side means that I'm on the side, but I'm on the center of that side, right? Now, let's try there, in this case, our right. It's going to be sideways, center, front, back, center, and neutral. One more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, center, and neutral. Let's try now one time in the left and one time to the right. It's going to be center, front, back, neutral. To the right, center, front, back, neutral. How much do I have to move? Look at it from the side, the hips and everything. Center, front, back, center, neutral. All the side. Center, front, back, center, and neutral. So that way you know that you don't have to lean too much. Although yes, sometimes you see, Lomachenko and all of these people who can just like basically do a bridge. They can escape punches really quickly. No need. The whole idea is for you to differentiate that head, those head positions, right? Now, that is only half of it. How you move to that point is the other half, and it's as important as anything else. So neutral, you're going to do this with me. You're going to twist, and now you're going to start doing the same thing. You're sideways, frontwards, careful with not losing your balance, backwards, center, and neutral. Same with the other side. Center, frontwards, backwards, center, and neutral. This is like Valinta Wakas. You see, I'm actually just offering you one, excuse me, to close this, one shoulder at a time, right? I'm not doing anything else. So if you just want to remember that, if not, you can remember, imagine that you're in a counter at the same time. It says, boom, countering at the same time. It's the same idea. I twist, okay? But now we're just talking about escaping, right? So again, neutral position, that's it. Twist, now we're going towards our left, okay? Frontwards, backwards, and center. And now, neutral. Now let's go to the other side. Twist, frontward, backward, and center. And twist. One more time. Twist over your left. Frontward, backwards, center, and neutral. Towards our right. Twist, frontwards, backwards, center, and neutral. Good. Now is when we start combining. So we're actually going to do one and the other one, but we're going to go directly. How? Look at it. We're going to do the same thing. There's just one little switch. One, center, twisting towards your left. Okay, frontward, backwards, and I'm gonna go straight toward my right. I'm gonna twist, center, frontward, backwards, and now I'm gonna twist directly towards my left, center, frontward, backward, twist directly towards your right, twist, frontward, backward, good, twist directly towards your left, okay, frontward, backward, good, twist directly towards your right, last one, frontward, and backwards, and neutral, good. Now that we know the basics, this is what we're gonna do. Center, frontwards, backwards, and we're gonna go straight to the other front. So I'm gonna repeat. Look, center towards your left, good. Frontward, backwards, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move, twist, but I'm gonna go straight towards the front, like this. Okay, now I'm gonna go backwards, center, from this position, neutral. I'm gonna repeat again. Twist, center, frontward, backward. I'm gonna twist and I'm gonna go straight to the other side's front. Okay, you go deep. Okay, now backwards and center. Neutral position. Good. One more time. Let's analyze. I'm going center, frontward, backwards, straight to the other side, frontward. So I'm going to do it again. Center, frontwards, backwards. Now I'm going to twist and I'm going to go straight towards the front. Backwards and center. Good. Slowly, one more time. Do it with me. Center towards your left. Frontwards, backwards. Now I'm going to twist and I'm going to go straight towards the front, sweeping. That's it. Backwards and center. Good. Neutral position. Now I'm going to do the same off of the right side. So this is what I'm going to do. Twist towards my right. Good. I'm going to go frontwards, backwards, and now I'm going to twist straight towards my left and front. This. Good. Backwards and center and neutral. One more time. Twist towards your right. Frontwards, backwards. Now twist towards your left and go straight to the front. Backwards and center. One more time. This is going to be the last one. Again, twist towards your right. Frontwards, backwards, and now twist straight towards your left and front. Frontwards, like this. Backwards and center. Good. Now, there are many strategies that you can use, right? So you can actually do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is pretty much what we were doing, or you can go 1, 2, 3 from this position. I'm going to go straight to the other side, backwards, frontwards, and so on. So the way that you can play around is it's up to you. The whole idea for you is obviously to move your head so the other person cannot punch it. It's more difficult for the other person to punch it. So what do? You move quickly backwards, move to the other side, move forward, and so on. Don't stop looking at the persons. In this case, I'm looking at that, but if I'm looking at the other cameras, don't stop looking to the front of the person, right? So let's practice that last one. We're going to go center, frontwards, backwards, backwards, frontwards, center. Okay? Starting with our left. Twisting, frontwards, backwards. Now straight backwards to the other side. This, frontwards, and center. And back to position. One more time. Twist, frontwards, backwards, straight to the other side, backwards. Here. Okay, frontwards, center, and neutral. Last one. Front, neutral, center, frontwards, backwards, backwards to the other side, frontwards, and center. That's it. Now we're going to repeat the same, but off of the right side. It's going to be center, frontwards, backwards, backwards, frontwards, center. Okay, so I'm going to do it super slow in the beginning. Right side, center, frontwards, backwards. Now straight to the other sides, backwards. Here, frontwards, center. Good. One more time. Right side, center, frontwards, backwards, straight backwards to the other side, twist, frontwards, center. And the last one, center, frontwards, backwards, straight backwards to the other side, frontwards, and center. So again, the idea for you is to escape. There are many things that you can do. We're just moving and playing around. The idea is to be constantly moving and also to change the distance. So it's more difficult. If you look at it from the side, it would look like this here. Move. You can even repeat, go to the other side and escape. The whole idea is to make it more difficult for the other person to have a clear target, right? Now, that is linear movement. As I said before, it deals with jab, cross. Now, what happened with the hooks? Well, that's what you have weaving and woving, Bobby. Anyway, the whole idea for you is to move down and up, down and up. When you move, look at my head movement. I'm going to do it without hands so you can see it more clearly. The head. Head moves, head moves. So basically, it's swinging, but also not too much. It's not this. It needs to be short. It needs to be short. 1 and 2. I always like to finish with one shoulder. So if I'm here, I'm always with the other shoulder. 1 and 2. And as you see, my head doesn't move down. It's not this. Obviously, not only because of the knees, but also because you don't see what's going on. And someone might punch you here and punch you downwards like that. So again, to avoid that, hands on your chin on the side. This is what you're going to do. Here, move. If you want, sideways a little bit, down, move to the other side, and up. This is the way that I was explaining. Imagine 4 points. Side, really straight down, straight to the other side, and up, kind of like forming a rectangular shape. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. And center. So let's start with the left side, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. One more time. Center, neutral. Center, down, other side, up, and go back. Again, remember the shape. Sideways, straight down, straight to the other side, and up, forming a rectangular shape. Left side again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now you have the head movement. Now exaggerate the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once I twist to one side, I'm offering only that shoulder. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now try to do that shape in one move. 1. That's much better. One more time. 1. That's it. Now let's start the same thing, but off of the right side first. So again, same thing. We're gonna go super slow to have the proper technique, proper mechanics. Side, down, other side, up, center. I mean neutral. Okay. Right side, downwards, other side, up. Good. Now let's exaggerate the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. One more time. Exaggerate the shoulders at both parts, okay? 1, 2, 3. Twist all the way. That's it. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's try to do that shape in one move. Go. 1. Okay. Center, neutral. 2. Okay. 3. Good. 4. Good. Now, easy. We're going to go try to make that rectangular more of a elongated circle, if you will. Got it? Now that you have that idea, imagine that you're going to make it more circular. Not a circle, but you're gonna make the edges softer. Got it? So this is what you're gonna do. 1, that's it. And once you finish, you're gonna repeat to the other side. 2. So again, super slow. 1, 2. That is much better. One more time. 1, 2. Good. Last thing, look at the footwork. I'm gonna do it one time. No hands so you don't get distracted. 1, look at the foot up. 2, foot up. So we're gonna do it again. 1 and 2. Good. One more time. 1 and 2. Good. One more time. 1 and 2. Good. One more time. 1 and 2. Beautiful. Now you have the circle. So again, we have our protection against jab cross, and we have the hook and hook. We will teach you how to deal with an uppercut in the next class, which is a special type of shield. But as of right now, I want to focus on the head movement. Let's start working on the head movement. All of the things that we have done so far, again, by the way, no guard yet. Why? Because I want to make it easier. I want to see a little more challenging once we put our guard. So neutral position, what we're going to do. Head movement side to side. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. Straight to the side, center, forwards, backwards. And once we do this, it's a circle down to the other side. That's it. So that's what we're going to do. Super slow. Starting with the left. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight to the other side. Center, frontwards, backwards, circle, circle, and that's it. So one more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight to the other side. Center, frontwards, backwards, circle, circle, and neutral. One more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight center to the other side, frontwards, backwards. Now circle, circle. That's it. Make it short. One more time. Ready. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight to the other side. Center, frontwards, backwards, circle, circle. Beautiful. Now, relax for a second. Everything that we have done so far is out of the neutral position. Things change once you define a guard because obviously now you will be closer to certain targets and farther already to others. Meaning if I put my right foot front and I go this way, obviously the moment that I do this, I increase already my distance, right? Look at it. Why? I have stability off of my left foot that is on the back. So if I go sideways and now I want to lean backwards, look how far I can lean. Now it's easier, right? Before it's an easier target because it's pretty much in the same distance, right? I just can lean just so much like this, but it's not different than your sideways. So sideways, leaning back a little bit. So again, we always start with neutral position because it's easier to learn the mechanics, but obviously you will not do that much because there's not a lot of difference. Same with the front. If you're neutral and you go front, this is as far you can go without actually losing your balance, right? So when you define one foot, you can actually rely on your front foot to go even further away. So look at how much distance I can get from front all the way to the back. A lot, right? So now is when you see the advantages of this head movement. So let's define right foot forward, right foot forward. Again, if you don't remember, neutral position, a little bit wider than your hips, move your right foot to the front, keep the same width of separation. I'm not talking about only uh, between your legs, but if you put two parallel lines, you still want to be in that line right there. Got it? You don't want to put it separated, but then get closer to the other foot. You really want to put them separated and keep them separated. Once you are in that position, you can twist. Now, in this case, we're twisting towards our left. Remember, this is like a regular guard that we have, defending with our right foot forward. And we're going to start with a simple center, frontwards, and backwards. And you're going to notice the difference. So twist a little bit, center, frontwards. Now backwards, you can lean back much better. And now we're going to go straight to the other side. Look at it, straight center. Now frontwards, and now careful with the backwards. Okay, now you know if you have a good distance, a good width, if you're not losing your balance, if you're comfortable here. Here I feel comfortable. Now if this is too close, I will be losing my balance already. So that's why you have to keep that width apart. Okay, so again, I'm down in this position, center, and then I go back to the same position. Okay, neutral. Now I'm going to go to my right foot guard again, twist it towards my left. Now I'm going to go center, frontwards, backwards, lean back. Okay, now straight to the right side center. Center, frontwards, backwards, and center. Okay, same thing. Right foot again. Now let's go to the left. Left center, frontwards, backwards. Now twist towards our right. Twist, frontwards, backwards, and center. Now let's go back to our position. Now let's do front, back. We're going to go center, front, back, straight to the front, straight to the back. Okay, so we're going to go center, frontwards, backwards, straight back, straight to the front to the other side, straight to the front, straight back, and center. Okay, now go back to your regular right foot forward. Twist a little bit center, frontwards, backwards. Now straight to the front, backwards, and center. And now go back to your regular right foot forward position. Now let's try center, frontwards, backwards, backwards, frontward, and center. So again, center, frontwards, backwards. Now straight to the back to the other side. Back, frontwards, and center. And go back to your regular right foot forward guard. Ready? Center side, frontwards, backwards, straight backwards to the other side, frontwards, and center. And go back. One more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight back to the other side, frontwards, and backward, and center. And go back. So Shangi, I was looking at it. If you are feeling like you're losing your balance in certain points, widen a little bit more. Make it a little bit wider. Other than that, beautiful. That was very beautiful. Now, we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to complement everything that we have done with a circle, circle. But now we're going to do center, frontwards, backwards, center on the other side, frontward, backwards, circle, circle. Super slow. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight center to the other side, frontwards, backwards, and from this position, look, make sure that this does not rotate all the way. From here, rotate just a little bit at the end. That's it. And circle. And back to position. Good. Now, regular position, center, frontwards, backwards, twist and center to the other side, frontwards, backwards. Now go under and up, circle to the other side. Good. Make sure that it's shoulder and shoulder. That's beautiful. One more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight center to the other side, frontwards, backwards, circle, and circle. Nice. Now the challenge, left foot forward. Now, it shouldn't be that more challenging than what you have done, but watch out for certain moves because probably you're going to lose your balance. So make sure that you have a proper position from the beginning. Again, if you don't feel comfortable yet, do it from your guard, from your neutral position, left foot forward. Look at it. I'm not actually stepping straight to the front because, yes, my width is the same, but guess what? One foot is very close to the other line's foot. So I really want a little bit wider. Then from this position, I twist. Okay, from that position, now I'm going to start from this side, and I'm actually going to go sideways on this side, center, frontwards, backwards. Now twist center to the other side, frontwards, backwards, and center, and then switch. That's it. That's how you know if you start in one position and end in the same position and you feel comfortable at any point. Ready? One more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, twist center to the other side, frontwards, backwards, center, and neutral. One more time. Now go to the right side again. Center, to your right, to your right. You must be doing it to your right. So twist towards your right. That's it. Frontwards, backwards. Now twist towards the other side, center, frontwards, backwards, and neutral. Now, let's actually skip it to make it a little bit easier because we don't have a lot of time. We're going to go center, frontwards, backwards, backwards, frontwards, center. Do it with me, super slow. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight back to the other side. Frontwards, center. Good, and back to position. One more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight back to the other side, frontwards, and center. And back to position. One more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight to the other side, backwards, frontwards, center, and neutral. Okay, now, final one. Center, frontward, backwards, go center, frontward, backwards, circle, circle. Do it with me, super slow. Center, frontwards, backwards. Okay, now straight to the center and the other side. Frontwards, backwards. Now circle, circle. Good, and back to position. Same position as the beginning. Ready. Center, frontwards, backwards, straight to the other center, frontwards, backwards, circle, and circle. And go back to position. Same, one more time. Center, frontwards, backwards, good. Straight to the other side, center, frontwards, backwards, circle, and circle. That is it. So again, very easy combinations. Obviously, it's different once someone is trying to punch you. But now the way that we normally deal with is, you guys, Claudette and Shang, you know this. I like to use the hand. So my goal in the beginning is to help you develop those skills, but without creating that fear that leads you to make a lot of mistakes in terms of mechanics. So how do I deal with that? Just by touching your head, super slow. What are you gonna do? One, two, maybe moving back. In the beginning, I might actually even say to you, okay, move sideways and sideways only. So it's gonna be only one, two. Okay, move out of the way. Okay, you're moving. Okay, one, two. Okay, one more time. One, two. But you can combine that with, okay, now I'm gonna throw like three punches and you're gonna go sideways and you have to choose different distances. You have to move forward, backwards. Okay, one, two, three, for example. I can use the same line, right? I can use one, two, three, for example. Then I can use that and say, okay, let's start incorporating a little bit of the hook. So I use my palms, palm, palm, and palm. What do you do? One, two, use your movement, and that's it. So again, the priority should be moving in the beginning. We have done this very slowly so we can catch up with the proper mechanics. Couple of things about the mechanics. Remember, ideally just one shoulder and one shoulder. Why? If you have to use your hand to cover yourself, it's better to cover from the side than cover from the phone. You're offering also less of your face and your body. But for us, we can, now that we know, we can even use the shield much better, right? So that's why move a little bit 45 degrees, rather than being straight to the face. Always make sure that you're always offering only one side. Got it? Second thing that I was gonna say, get used to put your hands next to your face. Regardless of what you're going to do next, you can do your shield and go back to this position. This is actually easier for you to project your hands down if there's a takedown as well. So make sure that when you're doing this exercise, even if you're doing it super slow as we did, like this, 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 they're always going to be tight there. They're always going to be next to your chin. Got it? Even again, if it's super slow, make sure that every time that you move, your hands are going to be like that. And if it's very uncomfortable at the beginning, sometimes people say, well, can I put my hands here? Well, if your hands can be like this, that's better than nothing, right? But ideally, you would put your hands kind of like ready for punching if you want. Got it? So, is there any questions? No, let's do the salute for the camera. Ready? Okay. Salute. Hey. Okay, so before we move,